Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some exciting MGA related news to talk about from some Bratz updates, including Mean Girls return in this year with another Bratz collaboration featuring a JANIS doll, possibly also a spring fling themed prom line. Bratz Stylin dolls have been confirmed to be chrome theme. We have new artwork as well. We have LOL surprise at Tweens updates, Yummyland, and more, so stay tuned, subscribe, and let's get into it. Starting off with Yummyland here, shared by @SeeingMount. They wrote, originally it seemed like this line would feature the original Wave 1 lineup of characters, but it's wrong. These are brand new characters. They're called Steffi Snowcone, Phoebe Frappe, Curly Cake Pop, Poppy Melonberry, Mila Mallows, and Gwen Gumbear. Then there's also an update on the full names for the holiday, collaborations for Christmas. Their names are Gigi Gingerbread, Hallie Candy Cane, and for the Halloween collaborations, it will be Cassie Treats and Blair Treats. So that makes sense. I love those names. They're so adorable. Just now, we gotta see some leaks. So I guess until then, we won't really have much else to go on about for these updates, but the names sound really nice. Like for the new lineup, Snow Cone, Frappe, Cake Pop, Melonberry, Mallows, like Mila Mallows. That's like, okay, that's maybe specific. I'm not sure what that could be themed about, but Gumbear, like gummy bears, like I think this could be a really strong line. For me, maybe like some more fruits themes and less candy, that would have been cute, because like so far we've only had like grape, Greta grape, melon, watermelon Maya, Piper peach, and that's like it. So those are like the only characters who have stuff to do with like blueberry, but yeah, so far it's been mainly candy themed, which is okay. Candy is fine, but like I feel like they should take it, explore, a bit more, and I guess frappe as a drink choice, that's interesting. Snow cone, okay, interesting. Cake pops, okay, cool. But again, more fruit themes, maybe even like flower themes they could do one day. I just think there's more to explore than just candy, but that's okay. It's a start. Additionally, for the new holiday and Halloween themed collaborations, apparently they're gonna release them also as a 2-pack and not just individually. Of course it's not confirmed if it's technically like 2 new characters as a 2-pack exclusive, or if it's just like the same ones individually, but again sold as a 2-pack. I think it's just that's more likely, like just sold the same characters but just in a 2-pack release. That makes sense to me, probably just to boost sales, especially around these seasonal times with the sale. Yeah, it would do better, I'm assuming. Also just because I've seen like the Peeps collaboration, the Sweethearts Valentine collaborations, like those have done really well. Like they're really popular, so these would do also even better probably because of the Christmas and holiday Halloween tie-ins. Next up with Bratz, first up also by SeeingMount, we have now confirmed that the theme for the deluxe Stylin 2.0 line is chrome. They wrote, there is no other information known right now for this line aside for the lineup consisting of Chloe, Yasmin, Jade, and Sasha for around the price point of $30 US. And also worth to note, Barbie Deluxe Style Series 2 also has a chrome theme, so undoubtedly these two lineups will get compared eventually when they're both fully released, because chrome as a theme, both of these series coming out similarly around similar times, it just obviously it opens up a lot of discussion for comparison and who did it better. Even though I don't think this was intentional, because like how would they know? But I guess sometimes it just like stuff just lines up and it just happens. Coincidence? I guess we'll never know. But yeah, I also saw this new artwork on this shirt by this clothing brand collaboration with Bratz. Look and Bratz shared on Instagram, and when I saw this artwork, obviously first of all, this artwork doesn't have to mean anything. Doesn't have to mean that they're gonna be dolls or anything. This could just also be some generic new artwork that they're using for this clothing brand collaboration. But when I saw it initially, it did kind of make me feel like, okay, this could very well be what the designs could be for the chrome Stylin series, you know? Some aspects to these outfits, they have that chrome shine, that kind of finish, you know? I could totally see like the tops here being more chromified on the dolls, you know? Like just imagine this line being like a revamped kind of like new take on their first original looks, because this artwork really to me is kind of giving me that look, that vibe of like the first original releases for these characters, but you know, revamped and with the similar color palettes and silhouettes of the pants and stuff. I feel like this could be a really interesting take. But again, this could just be some generic new artwork. That doesn't actually mean we're getting dolls that will look like this, but I do think it's worth manifesting, you know, putting out into the universe. Hopefully that they would look this amazing. You know, in the end, whatever happens, you know, $30 is kind of, you know, a big price point, especially for like a new line that's not reproductions. So I do hope that we get like a second outfit with this price point, you know. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what they actually end up looking like. I just thought this artwork really does look stunning in its own right, and I would hope that the actual dolls for this series could look somewhat as amazing like this artwork. It would be amazing. And they also shared a recent update, you know, seeing Mount on Twitter for, you know, all this MGA related news, including another Bratz update here about the, you know, holiday Bratz lineup, which reveals that it's going to be the characters included in this lineup are Chloe and Sasha. So they're going to be priced around $14.99. They are playline. They're both just going to be dressed as Santa. So, you know, probably very similar to previous releases for Bratz holiday, you know, Santa Claus inspired outfits. Probably like a mini skirt with fur trim, boots with the fur trim as well. Probably like a turtleneck, kind of like, you know, fuzzy trim around the hood as well, you know, it's stuff like that. I can already picture it in my mind. So that's gonna look very cute, especially for the price point. They're probably just gonna have that outfit and that's it. Then yes, we have the big story, which is that we are getting more Bratz Mean Girls dolls coming this year, specifically also like a brand new JANIS doll, and also apparently with the SF, the initials, we didn't know what they meant before, but apparently now they could stand for Spring Fling, which is the name of the prom that the girls go to in the Mean Girls movie at the end, and where Katie has her mathlete's, you know, jacket on, and she gets a tiara, she breaks it off, and she throws it to the people in the crowd, and we see Regina with the, you know, neck braid, you know, like back thing harness on with flowers decorated, and Gretchen also has like a purple dress on. We don't really see Karen, I don't know why, but she's not there. And then Janice also, she's wearing her iconic, you know, purple power suit. So these looks are what we could see for this new lineup of releases for Bratz Mean Girls this year. It all makes sense, especially with the listings already having leaked on a toy store online that was shared. We can see, you know, specifically for Janice, her name is one of them. Then we have one for Katie and then one for Regina. So it could very well be that we're only getting, you know, releases for these new looks for these characters. Again, only for Katie, Regina, and Janice. So these could be the looks that they're wearing, again, from that scene, because it just makes sense with the initials being SF, Spring Fling. I mean, what are the coincidences? And also, you know, all their names match up with the listing leaks that also happened, where they all had the last letter from each name. So A, you know, Regina, Y, Katie, and then for Janice, S. So it's all fitting. Like a spider web, it's all connected. So I think this is, okay, like first of all, what do we think? Would we be interested in seeing a Bratz Mean Girls Spring Fling themed doll lineup? Because it's happening, something like this is happening for sure. And then second off, like, okay, how are we feeling? Would we actually be interested? Because I think for me, the main hurdle is that what if nothing's changed? What if nothing's changed and it's all just the same crap like last year? Then I can't take this. Like that would, I just can't. I just can't. Like I feel like a lot of people are not going to be. They don't want to put up with this. You know, it's like if they're not mass produced, what the heck are we doing? Also, at that price point, once again, really expensive, $60. They better come with like a second outfit. I mean, seriously, like this is just insane. I apparently, you know, they're gonna be a wider release, so hopefully not just, Bratz.com exclusives, right? Hopefully they're not limited quantities. But even then, with Bratz, unless it's playline, unless it's really, specifically mentioning, their playline releases, unless they mention that, I'm not sure we can trust if these will be accessible to, most people. I like the idea of, more Mean Girls dolls. Of course, JANIS, I can only imagine, how amazing she will look like, even if she's wearing her power suit, whatever, the purple suit, right, from the scene. That would look amazing too, even if it's, and maybe her second outfit can be the casual one from, she has many looks in the movie, but it can be one of those. I want to see, obviously, but I just think if it's just gonna be the same crap, what's the point? What is the point if no one's gonna be able to get them anyway? What's the point? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters then, It's just crazy. So I guess for now, all we do know is we are getting more Bratz Mean Girls dolls coming this year, whether it be, in this spring Fling looks, or if it's just, restock of Katie and Regina and a new JANIS doll for whatever reason, whatever, release this ends up being. We do know we're getting a JANIS doll for sure. They're already listed online in a different store, so they're gonna be wider released to some extent. And then, with the spring Fling theme, the initials, they line up, so that could also be, again, what they're themed after. But yeah, we really don't know enough right now, so let's pray that they are, better released than the initial. Last year was not great, so I'm just hoping it's better. Let's, fingers crossed, because I cannot deal with any more of this BS if it's not done properly. If they're not playline, if they're not released on Amazon, I already know it's just gonna be more of the same crap, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, okay? But what do you think? Because I'm so torn. The idea is nice. I love it. And also Clueless Bratz dolls are happening, right? I think that's still happening. So many things are happening. I'm just worried about also Sanrio collaboration. Oh my god. Yeah. So many things are happening, and they're gonna drop and are gonna cost money, and I'm worried not just about the cost, but also again about the release, and if they're gonna be wide released, or if it's gonna be some BS it's limited stock quantities, it's playline but only on Bratz.com. No, get out of here. If it's not fully released, we have a problem, okay? And lastly, we do have some LOL news as well. They wrote, seeing Mount here again on Twitter, the Crack the Code line will release as the I Spy line. The line adds a set of pets surprise toys in addition to the other items and the surprise line that I previously reported on. So of course we have new tweens. The line of tweens features characters that are a fairy, superhero, spy, and rock star. Obviously, I want to see the fairy one. Honestly, I kind of wish that they were just all fairy themed. I think we can do that. I think there's a demand here for tweens fairy dolls. That would look amazing. So, that would be cool. Maybe they'll see that, if they do well, they'll do specific themes only for tweens fairy dolls, and that would be so cool. Speaking of tweens, we also have some IRL first looks at some new LOL Surprise tweens budget dolls shared by LOL Doll Studio and Polyfabricat respectively. Not sure which store this is, or even which country. I'm assuming US somewhere, but we can see here again just the newest lineup of tweens budget dolls, including Chloe Pepper, Olivia Flutter, Freshest, and Fancy Girl. Freshest, Fancy Girl are both from series 1. Olivia is from series 4, and Chloe is from series 3. And yeah, they're just wearing some more simple looking outfits for sure. They don't have the elbow or wrist movement, and I'm assuming they don't even bend at the knees probably. But yeah, honestly, for Olivia, I love that top. That's a cute top. And for some of these bottom pieces, the shorts or the skirts, whatever, Fancy Girl is wearing, and Olivia, I think those two are cute, and the face as well. For Olivia, her eye makeup is a little bit different. For Freshest, I don't like her outfit because it's really just a potato sack. It's just a denim overall one piece bodysuit almost. We also have confirmation here by seeing Mount that Candylicious is officially replacing Roller Chick in the upcoming OMG budget line, which makes sense. Candylicious is a fan favorite and she's very popular. So this makes sense. And lastly, yes, let's not forget that the most exciting OMG release this year is going to be the Powerpuff collaboration. I've mentioned it before, but I just wanted to, bring it up again because I'm so excited. We need to have leaks of these dolls like yesterday. I need to see what they look like. So yeah, and these are going to be like mass produced. That's amazing. There's no limited whatever BS here. They're going to be for everyone. That's going to be so cool. Yeah, so Buttercup, Blossom, and Bubbles, obviously, they're going to look so cute. I literally cannot wait. And OMG has been, suffering a little bit lately from MGA. So I'm so happy that they're kind of like returning here with a proper collaboration, which is just going to be so iconic and huge. I can already tell. And that was all of the MGA related news we had to talk about for today. But what are you most looking forward to? Let me know down below. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please consider becoming a member today to support our channel if you're able to. And of course, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the loyalty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.